How you doing, guys? My name is Thunder. Welcoming you at long last to HGTalk episode number 2. Hooray, it's finally happening. And as you can see, this time everyone who's with me, it's almost literally doubled, including everyone who was here last time. Hooray, they all have come back to haunt me.
You'll never be rid of us.
What are you talking about? You know you love us.
No. But yeah, return. I usually always we'll try to do the same kind of intro I did for the first episode, but I'm not going to do it again for the people who were here last time. If you really want to know for them, go watch the first episode. But
Oh, fuck you.
but of course, obviously coming back is Rising Jericho, Captain Turbo,
Hello.
Garnet Racing,
Hello.
Racer X NFS,
Hey, my microphone isn't canceled this time. Also, my kidney is still not for sale.
You sure?
and Rhino GT4.
All hail the pink fits.
Okay, now I was gonna try to wait for this guy over here named Alligator for. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh,
And
hey.
suddenly.
You're back at the appropriate time. Because I was just about to introduce you because I was started recording. But so basically, I'm gonna ask you who you are, what do you enjoy doing, and your first gaming experience. Go.
Well, I'm pretty much a God damn it. Fuck lag.
Go.
I'm
It's
a
okay.
really
It's
big
okay.
Pokemon fan in general, and that's pretty much it.
But do you not remember
my
your
first
first gaming experience?
Well, my first gaming experience was playing Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 on the Sega Genesis.
Oh, so you kind of almost had the same kind of start as Rhino did.
Hey, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
High five.
I'm the only kid around here who never had Sega growing up.
Anyways, the next person to introduce is GameWiz71. So please, tell us what do you enjoy doing, and your first gaming experience.
Alright, so I'm pretty much a jack of all trades when it comes to gaming. I prefer my racing games. My first gaming experience was all the way back in like 2001 when I was playing a PlayStation.
So you're a Millennium kid, almost.
Yeah.
90s kids.
Anyways, then we have you're probably gonna shoot me because I'm probably gonna say your name wrong. Riku511, aka Rob. Again, what I mentioned before. What do you enjoy doing? First gaming experience. If you
Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah. Can you say that again? I totally just had the biggest brain fart and it felt so good.
Started all over the walls.
Alright, let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again.
That's beautiful.
What is your first gaming experience, and what do you enjoy doing?
Well, I enjoy the Second Amendment. That is my pride and joy right there. But video gaming, my first experience was when I was, God, I must have been like 5 years old or something like that. It was like the Tetris on the original Game Boy.
Ooh.
Represent.
Nice.
And finally, we have 0456712, zero bunch of numbers. And I'm gonna ask him the same questions. What do you enjoy doing, and what your first gaming experience?
Well, I like to play video games, obviously, or I wouldn't be here. I like to draw as well. And
I never knew you liked to draw.
yeah, I have a DeviantArt, but war stories.
Don't
And
be shy.
Man.
Back in Nam, I got my arm shot off by the Sonic faggots. No.
Don't forget the
great.
call on DeviantArt.
Goddamn Viet Cong.
Anyways, first gaming experience.
My first gaming experience was, I think, if I remember correctly, it was either Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 on the PlayStation 1, or at the time it was released, the original Xbox and Jet Set Radio Future.
Hey, okay. Well, there you go. So after that interesting little intro, it's time to get into the meat of it.
Time for the memes.
The meat.
So,
Time for me.
so I'm not doing a random.org. I just have like a text list of all the things this time around, because I'm not really bothered on order. So, but anyways, the first thing I have here. Well, as we know, video games that are becoming movies as of late. A lot of picture studios are really interested in getting video games turned into movies, and with Ratchet and Clank just around the corner for April 2016, I thought I'd ask a question that may be a bit hard because there isn't many good ones, but what is your favorite movie based off of a video game?
Mortal Kombat.
That-
That's
Dante's
the
Inferno.
Dante's Inferno is a movie? Made
Yeah, it
into
has a movie.
Oh, I
I
never
would
knew that.
say Pokemon, but that's cheating.
Well, it's still well,
Are we talking live action or animated? Or both?
Either. Just
Can
a
it be in
movie
reverse,
based on a
though?
video
What if
game.
it's a movie that was turned into a video game?
because yeah, I'm gonna just say it before we get to that. My favorite would probably also be Mortal Kombat. I'm with Turbo on that one. But because you brought that up, I was about to ask afterwards. What is your favorite video game based off of a movie?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're
You
sorry.
ruined it.
God damn it, Rob.
Oh no, I fucked up.
Well, here's the thing.
No.
No one really had an answer for the first part, so.
Okay, well, I have an answer. Band of Brothers was turned into Brothers in Arms, made by Gearbox Software, and I fucking love the shit out of like Brothers in Arms.
Here you go. There is something. Any of you have anything to add to this, or is this just kind of a fail question?
I really don't have
don't
it.
I
watch
wanna say
movies, and
yeah.
I don't play games based on
It's
movies, so...
I'm a film
probably-
major, so I can mention a few things. I
What
don't
was
know.
that movie made by Adam Sandler? Or was it Adam
Pixel.
Sandler? Yeah, that was the one.
I'd
That was
probably,
beautiful.
probably be in the same boat as Rob with the whole Band of Brothers getting a video game adaptation thing, so A. Lamel.
The PS2 Godfather game wasn't terrible.
It really wasn't. I can vouch for that.
I remember playing it. It wasn't too bad.
I've actually,
It wasn't one of those based on the movie things, though. It was more of a side story.
yeah, I've actually played that before too, and I thought it was alright.
Actually, Rockstar makes a lot of good movie games. They made Warriors, and didn't they make Scarface? I think someone made not Scarface.
No,
what
they
was his
didn't make
name?
Scarface, but I do
Vivendi
remember.
Universal made Scarface.
Scarfa-
Rockstar was responsible for the Warriors.
Yeah, Scarface, like The World Is Yours, is basically like a continuation game. Like, what would have happened if Tony Montana did not die during the final shootout scene from the movie? And
Yeah,
it's
it's
actually,
basic-
and I actually quite like the game. I actually probably am going to let's play it at some point because like I quite like the game.
Well, how was the driving in that game?
It's okay. It's nothing. I mean, at least it's it works.
It's
I could have
functions.
sworn
It's
I
no
heard
big
something
rigs.
like long ago in the PlayStation magazine, like when I was a kid, that that they critiqued the driving being shit.
It's all subjective, really.
Okay.
But anyways, I guess I probably am going to move on to the next question because this is kind of
Actually,
almost.
can I throw one in?
Yes.
I would like to mention that even though I have not personally played a game series myself, the Silent Hill movies were actually not terrible. I mean, objectively, they could have been a lot better, but I think the Silent Hill movies did portray the whole like grotesque vibe that the original games were going for. I really did appreciate that.
Okay. Well, there we.
I just
Okay, they,
remembered that I actually own Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, but I've never watched it.
Oh, no. Please, for the love of
Think of
God, that's like just please just burn it or kill yourself because it's gonna kill you otherwise.
Oh,
Just
okay.
don't watch it whether you do, apparently.
Okay. Well.
A couple of the animated Resident Evil movies were pretty decent now that I think about it, and I'm gonna bring this up just so I can just so I can get a rise out of Thunder. The upcoming Ratchet and Clank film.
Yes.
I did dick.
What about it?
The upcoming Sly Cooper film?
Yeah, upcoming Sly Cooper film, which I have a feeling that's probably going to get pushed back to 2017, knowing what happened with Ratchet and Clank. Maybe, but we don't know yet. But anyways, I guess we probably should move on to the next question. I was expecting a little bit more, but anyways, it's a bit of a fail question. Oh well.
Fail.
I was
That was
waiting
a fail. It kind of just sounded like we're all of a sudden just jumping all over the place.
Everyone, press F on your keyboard.
I was waiting for that. Anyways, so on to the next question, and this one I know for a fact there will be stuff that's talking about. Well, we kind of noticed as of late that
Uh-oh.
most reviews from large publications such as IGN and GameSpot and Game Trailers, Game Informer, Giant Bomb, all those kind of different,
Etc.
and even the online publication, like popular ones like Total Biscuit and Jimquisition and whatnot, and whatever other ones. There's too many. I've been noticing a trend personally myself that I feel that a lot of my opinions on games and for the reviews are not the same as what they're trying to claim. And, with some of these ridiculous criticisms or positives made for certain things, such as the infamous too much water for Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
No.
Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby.
Yep.
People predicted that they would say that.
Yeah.
They were right.
But-
They were.
But
I'm gonna go see
basically,
the dislike bar of that video. Actually, hang on a sec.
I mean, you can't really get any validity out of IGN because their reviews are beyond inconsistent
They
anyways.
also have like 500 writers over
But
there
here's
too.
so
to
here's
review
the
game
question,
or to
though.
review.
Yeah.
Here's the question. With that in mind, is it still okay to trust publication reviews?
Is it still okay to trust your own opinion rather than someone else's?
I think it's better just to go by word of mouth in general, because
Yeah.
just hearing what someone else has to say about something, like some
Like,
critic.
In my opinion,
if you're trusting the opinion of one person as opposed to like a group of people, you're doing it wrong.
I don't see reviewers and publications as a means of validity and acceptance of a game. I only see them nowadays as a distributor to gain information, not to accept the information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've always kind of been the same way. Like for me, I have to play it before I can make an opinion of a game. Like
Exactly.
I can see why games like Sonic 06 are terrible. I can see why people praise games like Undertale to oblivion. I can see why they're, like fun little silly games, why people recommend something like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I get that. I understand that. But if I haven't played it, I can't tell you if I like it or not.
Exactly.
Because
It's like you say, it's all opinion based, so.
yeah, it's like, but that's not exactly what I'm trying to get at here. Because sometimes when you look at a publication review of something, although it can't change your final opinion, obviously, and if it does, you may want to reconsider what you find important to you. But basically, to me, it's like I trusted a lot of them back in the day because that's kind of how I found out about a lot of games. Because back then, I really did not know much about using the internet at all. I barely used the internet when I was a kid. Like, compared to me now, I can't stop using the internet, which is becoming a problem.
Uh-oh.
But
Nice.
That's what we all suffer from.
it was reviews of games that helped me find out what I liked. And the problem now when I look at it is some of the critiques, some of the things brought up about it, and what people try to do to try to get their point across is just not good. It feels so wide out of field and or very too projective or too cynical on something where it's basically they're trying to be too critical over the smallest thing, like if it has if it's a 30 FPS locked game instead of running at 60 on a computer. It's
But
like
the frames.
Well, the reason they do that nowadays is because all these reviewers are based on either ad systems or viewership systems. So what they try to do is they try to get an eye catcher, or they try to get something controversial, or something that the community can latch
Ratings.
on to, and yeah, exactly, ratings. In order
just
for
like
them to have a job, it is their basic job to create a revenue for their company.
It's modern journalism at its finest, to be honest,
Yeah.
and I don't like that.
It's just like other news publications. They don't want to cover something that matters if it's not going to give them the publicity and the hits and ratings.
Fox News.
And you want to know something else? You can tell with a reviewer's tone and their word choice if they're biased towards a game or not right off the bat. So,
Any examples?
remember back in the days when journalism was supposed to be journalism, not eye catchers and all that BS that we're used
So
to
you
seeing
mean Fox
now.
News?
Honestly, they kind of were
Oh,
eye catchers
jeez.
in a sense, and and the only way I'm saying that is they were during the '90s. There was the whole cool kids, the hype train, all that kind of stuff. Having a positivity was what they were using to garner attention for a lot of these games and their own publications themselves. Like, hey man, check out this awesome game. It is so cool. Let me tell you all the cool things about it and not the bad things about it, because that's how cool it is.
And
Oh my
now,
god, that's the way it's always been, though.
and now it's kind of like, although as of late, it feels like it's almost kind of like flip flopped. It's kind of like people are like trying to purposely find anything to hate on the game about these days.
Exactly, because controversy.
It's just controversy sells. That's the
Yeah,
truth. It's been like that
controversy
for a long time.
Bad news is good news.
AK
The other
Fox
thing
News.
is perception as well, which may be the downfall of the publishers, because what they might not consider the whole meat of the context could be taken out of proportion from the community who sees the sentence as something completely different, which just creates rumors, tumbleweed of shit, and it honestly, like,
Alright, Zero.
yeah, it can get bad sometimes based on what other people might think it is when it's too late, when there's no recognition for the real answer.
Yeah. Like, I didn't mean to suddenly change the mood with like such a depressing question, but let's I'm just gonna wild card this one, I guess, to try to make it a little more positive. Let's focus
Bring
on
the happy.
Let's focus on something a little more positive about like publications, and more specifically, the online stuff that you see in like video forums like YouTube. Any reviewers that you like?
Actually, can I go yet?
I like Andrew.
You can go, Bob.
Okay, cool. I was just waiting for everyone else to finish up first because I have an assload of things to say about this.
Oh my.
Okay, so
Oh, no.
all right, so Bob here does Let's Plays of anime video games, and as a as
Let him
literal
finish.
born-raised fan of Dragon Ball Z, I play a lot of Dragon Ball Z games, and whenever I look at reviews such like IGN, GameSpot. By the way, who the hell still takes GameSpot seriously? Anyone here?
No.
Am I the only
I
one?
look up
No?
stuff on there just for cheat codes. and
GameSpot
stuff.
hasn't
GameSpot seriously before?
The last time GameSpot was probably taken seriously was when Jeff Gerstmann and Alex Navarro were still with the website.
Yeah, basically. I like their old review of Big Rigs, but that's really about it. Otherwise, I never take. I hold GameSpot to a lesser degree than IGN. In all honesty, I fucking said that. All right, so but with me personally, I think it comes much more down to a matter of perspective, in all honesty, because when a actual paid reviewer looks at something, like, you gotta remember, IGN has like 500 reviewers, all working on different things. Sometimes, there's really no denying that sometimes IGN gets paid for some of the reviews they do. There's no dodging that bullet, really. I personally, if IGN's gonna review something, I'll only look for reviews of something that's like smaller, like under the radar, like indie games or stuff like that. I'll look at that, and then if I see that and it looks interesting to me, I'll just look at the gameplay. I won't even listen to what the hell the guy says. Then I go over to Wikipedia. Wikipedia has like an aggregated score, or like a list of a bunch of different review sites, like IGN, GameSpot, Metacritic. Anyone else I can think of that's not going to mind immediately, but yeah. I usually go there to find like a mass collection of everyone's thoughts. I go to GameFAQs to see what their actual user reviews are. I do an assload of research because I know I'm not going to get a solidified answer from just one reviewer. And then I'll go to like YouTube, like look up like Ant Dude, some Comic Johnny, occasionally Total Biscuit. I'm feeling really bored. Balrog. I'll look for like a bunch of like under the radar guys to look for a review or something that I actually think holds interest or weight to it.
Yeah. Well,
So in honesty, I've never really taken publisher reviews at face value. I always hold like a certain degree of what's I'm looking for, salt to it. So yeah, that's basically just me. I always just try to look at it very objectively while I'm getting someone else's opinion. Then I'll judge myself if it looks interesting.
Okay. Well,
So it's about finding what's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be fun, or else you're not, or else you won't have fun playing it. But
I've actually
anyways,
found
Yeah.
I've actually found some games I've really enjoyed through reviews though, like Freedom Planet when some Call Me Johnny reviewed it, because I
Yeah.
never knew about that game, and I'm a big Sonic idiot, and
if I can,
no, even back in the days, of like the early days of G4 and X Play, that's where I actually learned of the Burnout series, and Burnout 3 was their review of it.
if I can chime in, when I was talking before, until Bob actually had something to say about favorite review publicators online, video-wise, Some Call Me Johnny was already on my radar because he really goes into his reviews and he's full honest. You could just tell by the tone of his voice, you believe what he says.
Jeez.
And then
Seems like a genuine guy.
Oh, yeah.
and I was also watching recently Old School X Play, and I was like, man, these were fun. These were funny as hell to watch.
Judgment Day. That shit was good.
Yeah, Judgment Day, also known as Reviews on the Run from where I am,
Yep.
which is still going on, and surprisingly enough, which is crazy to think about. It just
Really?
didn't have. It just had a shorter run in America for some reason. I don't know why.
Probably because G4 didn't
Lucky
want it.
bastards.
Oh,
Like,
we're
we have
talking
an X-Play, we
about-
don't need this.
But yeah, anyway, so what are your favorite publicated reviews? Like favorite reviewers?
I gotta go with Antude 90. Was it Antude 91?
Yeah.
Yeah, Antude 91. I used to know him as Sonic Dude, a 91 back in the day before something happened. He yada yada yada. He switched YouTube accounts and never told anyone until I fucking found him randomly one time. But he's honestly like he tries to put humor now into his reviews, which it's kind of corny jokes. So you kind of chuckle and then you're like, okay, what else are you gonna say next, guy? And he's actually really informative and like really fucking sincere about everything. Like he does not fucking make a review unless he's played through that game like the week before. Like he's just fucking and he doesn't play a lot of like games to begin with from what I've seen. And like I see him play like the same games over and over again. I've seen the guy do a let's play of fucking Spyro the Dragon, the first game, 4 times in the time I've known him.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's a lot of time.
Devotion.
Anyways, because I do want to get moving to the next question. Anyone have any quick ones?
The only one I watch is Some Call Me Johnny.
Yeah, same here.
Don't call me
Same
Johnny.
here.
Yeah.
I know about him
Johnny's
since
three.
20K.
So I guess we're all mostly the majority that say that one of our favorites is Some Call Me Johnny. Okay.
I watch Balrog also. He's really cool.
Balrog's alright. I was also surprised no one's... Actually, never mind.
Actually, there is one more, but I don't watch it for the review. I just watch it for the entertainment value, 0 punctuation.
And Angel is gone. Again. Uh-oh.
I'm guessing
Oh,
you'd
no.
be Yahtzee, really, though.
At least take a guess.
I don't know. Anyways, but that's gonna be... I also will say for the entertainment part is why I mostly watch JonTron. But anyways.
George.
The judge.
That's the whole reason I
So,
watch AVGN.
Spider.
so here's the thing that I'm going to be mentioning. You may remember in the first episode of HGTalk, I brought up why personally I thought microtransactions were the worst thing in gaming today. And, you know, some people agreed and some people disagree. So that got me thinking, what is the biggest sin in video gaming today?
Not making a video game.
Releasing
Like,
I
on
like having the game die. And I think
Rushing out the
actually
door.
Releasing an
like,
unfinished
can I actually
product.
say this? I really want to say this right fucking now, dude. Like, I hate it when there's a multiplayer game and they just let it die. You can't play that game. That game's legacy is gone forever. No one can play that fucking game. Fucking digital games, and the servers are gone. You can't buy that game. It's all digital. It's all fucking gone. What's gonna happen when our Steam is gone, dude? What's gonna happen to our fucking games, man? Seriously, I just like our legacy, our fucking like time that we've spent into these games is now for naught.
I miss Rusty Hearts.
To be honest, it's the same sort of thing. It's like people play games online now. I miss the whole idea of actually going over to someone's house and actually playing a game together with a friend.
Local
And actually trash
multiplayer will
talking
forever
and
live in
stuff.
my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I've never
I
had.
mean, that's the best way to play games in general.
Sometimes when I'm back at my old hometown, I'll go to my friend's house and we'll hook up and we'll play GT6 or GT5 multiplayer.
Yeah.
Good times.
See, we had. I think Turbo was gonna say something, but stopped.
Sorry.
Well, it didn't have anything to do with co-op. I was just going to say I think the worst thing is when it's DLC when it's already on the disc.
Oh yeah, disc locked content. It's the thing that
Yeah.
drives me nuts. Like, it's like you already have the content in the game, but you're still gonna force people to pay for it to access it. It's such a scam, is what it feels like. It's like if it's on the disc, you should just be giving it out right away without forcing money out of people who already had to probably spend a lot of their earnings to get it.
Pretty
It's-
much.
Yep.
I'm on
yeah.
the fence. I can't really decide which is like a bigger sin to me. Either, disc lock content or releasing a game in an unfinished state, claiming that it's done, and just saying, "Oh, we'll patch it up later. We'll fix it later."
Let's see, we've
Sonic
had
Boom.
Sonic Boom
Project
Rise of
Cars.
Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, Assassin's Creed Unity,
Project
Tony Hawk,
Cars.
Actually, the new
Project
Assassin's Creed
Cars,
is just as buggy
Tony
as
Hawk's
Unity.
Pro
Which
Skater
means Project
5.
Boredom-
Anything from Lionhead does that as well.
Yeah, like it sucks that we're living in 2015 and yet a game like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 is as buggy as it
to
is.
release. It's acceptable to release an unfinished, buggy mess.
And yet something
totally
like
retail
Play a whole lot
Steam
of games.
It's just,
and yet something
And-
like Super Mario Brothers on the NES is like performs better than something like Halo 4.
and it doesn't require any patches. It's all in the cartridge, ready to go. Nothing needed like that. You pop it in, you play it, you're having a great time.
Well, you also have to think of the complexities of everything there is now in the year 2015.
That's true.
You know, back in the day, it wasn't as complex. Things can be a lot more simpler. Programming was a lot more streamlined because you didn't have the various options of doing literally anything and everything. And with these new options, it becomes cloudy to see, what can I do and what can't I do and how should I do it and why should I do it.
Well, here's let me mention, I'm not expecting any modern game to come out nowadays to not have glitches or problems, because you can't escape it. It's gonna happen. Even if you spend a long time on the game, there will be something that
Some of the best games, like best modern games, have a ton of bugs in them, but they're not like game-breaking bugs. They're just little
yeah.
anomalies that cause a lot of hilarity.
Yeah, you can only do so
Yeah.
much to. You can only do so.
Bethesda.
Yeah, you can only do so much with the game when it comes out. Like, you can do as much as you can to get rid of the glitches, but there will be glitches and bugs. You just can't escape it. It's just the fact that when we're having games that have so many that it completely makes the game not fun to play at all. Like, it ruins the game, hence game breaking.
Yeah.
There's a world of difference between a game with a few glitches and a game that's pretty much still in its alpha stage.
Big rigs.
Skate 3.
Dude, Big Rigs is like a pre-alpha. Come on.
Skate 3
Can
still
you even
good
call
before
it a
its glitches,
pre-alpha?
Skate 3 is only good because it's glitches.
That was actually the only reason I bought the game.
Dumpster glitch though.
Dude, you okay, man? You need some water?
I'm fine.
Which game?
Skate
Skate
3.
3.
Oh.
Also known as glitch happen.
The game was. You've been a bit quiet. Do you have anything to say about it?
Not really. You two, everybody has been pretty much stating what happens, what my brain was trying to state.
Okay. Well,
Right.
I respect that. But anyways,
Is it Bob's turn?
so I guess we'll get on to the next one because we really drove that one good.
Or is it me? Can I go?
What?
You have a mini?
Okay, I'm waiting for everyone to finish up so I can actually get my 2 cents on
Yeah,
this.
everyone give Bob the stick or the ball or whatever we have to
Bob,
pass around.
do you need the spotlight?
I need the spotlight.
Then go.
I was gonna be talking over everyone for like 2 minutes, and I feel like I had to vocalize this.
You have the spotlight. Go.
Yay! Okay. So it comes down to it's either 1 or 2 for biggest gaming sin for me. Honestly, on this DLC, I don't really give a shit. I just won't buy a product. A shitload of DLC, I will give a shit. I won't buy a product. Microtransactions, I don't give a fuck. I can play the game without this. What it comes down to is 2 things. 1, rushing your game out the door just to get a quick buck. A lot of Dragon Ball Z games have been doing this past console generation, from Burst Limit all the way up to Ultra Tenkaichi and Hellion Battle Z. They rush out the door. There's no polish to it. It's just, hey, we have this thing. What is licensed for? Let's crank out the door. Surely someone will buy it, and let's
Tony
not
Hawk's
even
Pro
put like a
Skater 5.
more year of effort. What's up?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
Anyway, it comes down to either that, cash grabbing to the highest degree, or a game only available through online, and once it's taken off, it's gone forever. Oh my god, there's so many games I could list on. Rusty Hearts was an online MMO, MMO, I think?
It was like an action game, an MMO action game, right?
Yeah, action RPG that was actually pretty freaking fun to play. Then I was gonna pop it in, and I figure out, hey, the servers were down. So like, well, shit, where'd it go? It's like I checked out like over some like EA Cloud or server or something. Gone there too, and I'm like, well, shit, where is it? I go to Wikipedia, it's gone. Oh.
Can I mention?
Well, damn. Sure.
Konami. All of it.
I think we ripped them at Why Did
I am
I Asshole
dead.
in episode 1.
Except it got even worse with the.
Well, funny thing is,
I actually remember what I was going to state.
oh,
What for me, what would be the biggest sin in gaming right now is releasing your game with no content whatsoever.
Tony
Like
Hawk's
literally,
Pro
you
Skater
could
5.
focus on graphics till the cows came home, but for me, when it comes down to it, is do you have a lot of content without a
There's
DLC?
stuff to do.
Tony Hawk's Pro
Yeah.
Skater 5.
And even though I like it, and I'm really grateful that someone gave me the game, Assetto Corsa.
Yeah.
It has what content it has is good. There's just nothing to fucking do in the game.
Yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
Project Cars.
I just want to quickly bring a game that I actually just recently picked up, but unfortunately, I didn't buy it. I had to torrent it because it's not online anymore. On PlayStation Store, there was a game called Fate Element of Code. It's part of the Fate Stay Night series. The anime that's pretty damn good. Recently, it was pulled from the online store, so it's no longer legally obtainable at all. So I'm like, God damn, why do you do this to me?
What? Why?
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
Pirates
gone.
War.
No.
Anyways,
It is gone. Just
That's really sucks. That's awful. But anyways, Rhino,
Yes.
you're mentioning about how we kind of burned Konami down to the ground in episode 1.
Uh-huh.
I actually had another Konami question for this episode.
Let's burn the ashes.
All right,
Jordan.
but this is gonna take a different direction.
All right.
What do you think would need to be done to save Konami?
The current head of
Not
Konami.
make Castlevania erotic action.
More pachinko
Back
machine.
to the States.
Pachinko.
As a
Because-
die-hard Castlevania fan, this kills me inside.
Here's
Same.
my honest opinion about it. The way to save Konami is they have to take the people who are currently running it need to leave because they don't care about the games. You need to have people who care about the games. Once you have people who, again, care about the games, we'll end up getting what we formerly knew Konami as. They were once a juggernaut of a company. Now they're being run by people who just want to make a quick buck and
They're
don't really.
basically living off of the IPs that they have.
Yeah.
Can
and-
I?
They can release
speak on this
anything.
part?
Go ahead,
Oh,
speak.
oh, thanks. No. The situation with Konami is that most of the people there do care about the games. It's literally the upper management that is completely deluded out of their freaking minds.
That's who it
that
was.
they need to be replaced. It's
Like-
it's all upper management.
That's what I was talking about. Like, to get rid of the people who don't care about the games, aka the upper management.
Yeah. Best example I can give in the time a couple days ago, he did. We all know about Hideo Kojima, and
Yeah.
Yes.
he has officially ended his term over at Konami. Like he's officially gone. He said he's left. And here's what the upper management said about that. He's not gone. He's just on vacation. They literally said he went on vacation.
They don't want him to leave. They're forcing him not to leave.
He'll be
Just a
back.
temporary reprieve.
Well, back on this.
They're
Like I said,
They're pretty much just saying, he'll be back.
something like that. And they threw a big going away party for the guy, but notably absent was the company's CEO and current boss. I would need to look this up again for references, but this is literally a matter of they've lost their absolute freaking minds.
and they need to
correct.
go away. Or
That's pretty much where it's gone to. I'll sum it up like this: the one thing that Konami really needs to save itself is to find its soul again. It needs to find what made them
They need
do so well.
They
Like,
need a
they
new
need the heart
CEO
again.
that cares about gaming,
Pretty
not
much.
No
business.
one wants to see another Metal Gear Solid game.
Anyways, there's that link.
I posted a link for reference. Like he's
Yeah.
officially gone. They threw a gigantic freaking ceremony for him, and notice this sentence right here. The source noted that he did not see Konami president Hideki Hayakawa or CEO Sadaki Kaneyoshi in attendance, aka the people who have gone insane running this place.
I mean, like,
I was about to
the
go.
one thing I'm sort of pissed about Konami is that the fact that they stopped supporting DDR, which, in my opinion, is like one of the biggest arcade games I've ever played. And the fact that they pretty much ruined it and just put it into the ground, and it's awful.
Yeah.
It's okay. They'll
Like-
find a way to make a DDR pachinko machine.
I
Anyway.
mean,
It's
like,
not gonna-
it was
that
one of the
will
most
be the
fun games
downfall
I'd ever
right there.
played.
At the end of the day, though, it's not going to matter until it actually starts hitting them in the wallet. Until they start losing money, it's not going to change anything.
But they are losing money.
I mean, to the point where the higher-ups are going to start worrying about paychecks and stuff.
They are working on paychecks.
Maybe the people that work on the games, but
They downsized the entire company to like 500 people.
Wait,
In
what's
one
going on?
giant
I'm totally
cell.
blacked out.
and obviously they haven't done enough yet.
They probably downsized because, they want the money.
Guy
Yeah,
throwing us.
Why
Literally, guy.
change their business practices when they can just have less people do more work?
But they're not doing more work. They're doing less work because mobile games. And
Do you
pachinko
think
machines.
they'll?
That's true.
Do you think they'll actually sell off some of the franchises before they actually start making good games from them again?
No,
don't
know.
they've already registered the name Big Boss for a pachinko machine.
Oh, for fuck's
They
sake.
would-
Oh,
They're
no.
definitely not going to sell off any of their IPs as long as it
Alright,
continues to make
alright.
them money.
My
I think-
prostate is definitely on fire now.
I think we definitely should probably move on before.
No, I still have stuff to say about this.
Oh.
Spotlight.
Fucking owned.
Okay, I think what it is Konami doesn't necessarily need to start caring about their games again because they honestly do seem like they care about the games to an
No.
extent. They need to care about the damn fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's why.
I will
We'll
give
see
you
that
that.
happen anytime soon, though.
I think it's about a month ago that Konami actually put out this poll that actually see what was the fans want to see in new IP and their old IPs and see what they want to do with it again. And they actually took that deeply into consideration. And I think it wasn't even like a week after that the poll went down and they did some really crazy messed up move. I forgot what it was exactly, but this is on top of them actually cutting corners, Metal Gear Solid 5, cutting out content, microtransactions on the game. Having a huge handy online portion of the game. I don't think any. Rob, you know all about all of this shit, right?
What? What do you need to know?
About the whole Metal Gear Solid 5 fiasco with the cut content, the on-disc DLC, and the microtransactions.
Just DLC?
No,
Get your
you
shotguns ready.
even have to.
There really
Well,
isn't
I
any-
mean, I know about the cut content. The cut content was because it was pretty evident from the cut content that Kojima and his team could not finish the game in a time frame that was reasonable enough. The game was already $80 million. I do not believe Konami could make a profit off of the game if they let Kojima continue to use licensing music, which was a big portion of their bill, as well as actual AAA voice actors instead of the trustworthy people that they've been connected with. And
Yep.
as well, no, not just David Hayter. There was other people as well that they recasted. I believe the one of them was the voice actor for Major Zero that they recasted.
Hey.
And it got to the point where they had to say, you got to stop, you got to do what you can to make this a game. We just can't support you anymore. It's just not going to happen with the way that you're making it. We as a publisher cannot do it.
Yep.
It's a really weird situation I'm on. I honestly wish that the content hadn't been cut. I wish the game would have been more released fully, because as someone who's played and beaten the game, it very much does feel half-baked. But there's definitely some limitations that should have been set both on the publisher and developer side of this, because Konami was literally trying to just boot Kojima, and Kojima was trying...
Kojima.
Whatever. I don't
Fail.
care. Whatever. But regardless, there's definitely...
His name is Bob.
Fine, we'll call him Bob.
Bobby.
We'll call him Bob. Whatever.
Bobcage.
There was problems with there was problems on both sides that should have been resolved, but ultimately did not get resolved in the right way. They did get resolved, but not in the right way.
They
Yeah.
don't listen to the damn fans.
It's just
Seriously.
it just really sucks how everything is. So, but yeah, they just gotta find what they need to find again. They need to get rid of who needs to be gone already. But
They need
and,
to boot out upper management, seriously.
yeah,
Thank you.
but currently so far, Konami is still fail.
I
Failure.
just want Kojima to buy the company.
Anyway, so, let's go on to the next question.
Guess that's why they would call it Konami.
Nintendo. They're a company that makes some of the best first-party games around. They care a lot about the gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the fact that they're too strict on the gamers when it comes to YouTube.
This.
Oh,
Here
God.
we go.
We're opening this box of nails again.
Can of worms.
Did we do this last time?
Box.
Pile of dicks.
I thought we did. Wait, did we already do a Nintendo question last
I
time?
don't think we did.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
No, I don't think we did. No.
I don't think we did. It just seems like it's been done to death at this point.
Well, I guess you could say that. I mean, the question was not going to be what does Nintendo need to do to stop being a pansy about it, but rather
It was about the whole Let's Play monetization thing, isn't it?
like it. The question that I wrote here says, "Is Nintendo being too harsh on YouTube gamers?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They're monetizing. I mean, I can sort of understand monetizing their own things, like videos of their own games.
It is technically still Nintendo.
I mean, it is their property. It's just that they're the only company that's doing this shit.
Yeah.
at this
Anyways,
moment in time.
I mean,
And-
like,
But the thing that really irks me is the alleged removing of ROM hack videos and speedruns. That's just
Alleged. I thought it actually happened.
wait,
Well,
that
I
actually
didn't
happened.
know
Okay,
for sure.
that's not acceptable.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that is
I missed
completely
that shit.
unacceptable.
Like, that was like the shit back then.
So,
Also,
yeah.
like, going on.
What does this apply to?
Like-
What does the whole Nintendo having the rights on their games apply to? Does it apply to games at a certain date, or does it apply to games with a certain branding on them? Other than Nintendo, what can this third party games on a Nintendo system?
First party, any time, any date the game is released. Basically,
I
I've
mean,
heard
like,
no exception when it comes to rule.
I've actually gotten a couple copyright claims on my Mario 3 LP. So,
Nintendo was really shitting on people, especially for Pokemon. in
Is there
general.
a way to get around this? Like, would there happen to be a way where you allow them to monetize the video, but you still own the video? Or is it just they just do it, and if you don't give them money, it's gone?
Give us
No,
money.
it's actually Nintendo did open that recently opened that like partnership program where it's like a 60-40 split of profits. I think it's either that because it's 50-50 is one of those two. But yeah, Nintendo gets a good share of the revenue while you get to keep the videos up. It's like a separate partnership thing that I don't know all the rules for, but I hear it takes a long time to actually get applied for it, so you can actually post Nintendo shit.
Didn't it have
Yeah.
a lot of
Which is
stupid
why-
rules?
It's sort of the same thing that Cerebi had to go through, like the whole Pokemon Mega Site or something.
Oh, yeah.
They pretty much got shit for posting spoilers for all their games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyways.
When was
they couldn't,
this?
like, this was pretty much the whole like fan site or something for Pokemon that pretty much everyone goes to.
well, I
Nintendo
know about Cerebi
sends,
because I
like,
go
yeah,
to it, but when
cease and
was...
desist.
It's a good site.
I always go there. It's great shit.
Same.
I actually have never gone there. I need to go there at some point.
You should. It's amazing.
I love it for
It's
the
really well
Pokemon of the Week stuff. Just learning a whole bunch of good competitive shit.
I mean, I don't give a shit about competitive Pokemon, but it's still cool.
I mean,
I haven't
like,
been on there
they're
in
literally
years.
censored stuff. For,
Anyways.
like they could still talk about it. They just couldn't show pictures of like whatever, like for
I
black
think
and
it's-
white and stuff.
I think it's safe to say that similar to Konami, Nintendo is currently having a fail.
Yeah.
Nintendo is
There's
their president died.
Fail. Well, that's kind of it. Sucks that he's dead. It like that fact that Iwata passed away was like, fuck.
Yeah,
That
that
was
makes me
brutal.
sad.
That's a major nail in the coffin for Nintendo right now.
I'm just hoping the new president has a good head on his shoulders.
Hopefully.
And that
I
isn't
hear that
already-
he originally didn't think highly of the Wii U whatsoever, and I think he might be jump starting the next console generation already, which is a horrible
The
idea.
NX.
That's awful.
Well,
It's
would
not-
it
it's
be
not
a
good.
next
It's going into-
generation console? Would it really be a next generation?
Would it be what?
Would it be a next generation though, or would it?
They want to do it. Remember what happened with Sega back in the mid-90s, where they jumped from Genesis to Sega Saturn, and then they were like, "Oh, nope, sorry, Sega Saturn is not the way of the future. It's actually the Sega Dreamcast," and that's pretty much what completely killed their sales. I hope the same fate does not fall on Nintendo.
Yeah.
So basically, the Wii U is going to be the Saturn, and the NX.
I hope the Nintendo's not going the way of Sega. That'd be like the worst decision they could possibly make right now.
Correct.
Yeah, but
At
Nintendo's
least
got
the
a lot
Wii
of
U
good
wouldn't be
IP.
like the. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was just saying, Nintendo's got a lot of good IPs to fall back on, though, unlike Sega.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. Sega still does have a good variety of actual first party shit they have, like oh my god, Legend of Dragoon.
I love Dragoon.
Streets of Rage.
No, man.
When was
What
the
is-
last time that
Character Dragoon. Sorry
Well,
about
that's
that.
the
Virtua
problem.
Fighter.
That's the problem, though, Bob. They're great games. Sega has been known to make fantastic IPs. It's the problem is not a lot of them sell very well.
Yeah,
They
because,
still
because
have,
of your poor marketing, or they all just pale in comparison to Sega or Sonic.
like the only
I love
major
it.
the only major mainstream successful franchise that they have that I know of is Sonic.
Maybe Streets of Rage back in the day.
I would say
They
Phantasy
did
Star
also
Online
have
2.
Fantasy
that's
Star is
Sonic.
probably another one,
What
but
about the Jet Set titles? Maybe not a big franchise, but
I was just gonna say,
They weren't
Yeah.
that successful either. I'm afraid.
it makes me sad that they weren't very successful.
Like
because
back
the Jet Set
at the
series
time,
was
they weren't.
absolutely amazing.
Like here's the thing: at the time, they weren't very successful, but retrospectively, people realized this is awesome.
That's not
It's
gonna help
like-
too much in the present day, though.
Anyway,
And,
it's
uh,
like
I
good
was
games
gonna-
that did. It's like really good games that people played but didn't
anyway.
sell. It's like Psychonauts.
And
Yeah.
Psychonauts is
Um,
pretty good, but the person who developed most of the music for the Jet Set games went on to make music for Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure, so...
And those soundtracks are funky as shit, and it's awesome.
I wish they could
J.J.
rock
Rocket.
rock.
without question. Anyways, so on to the next question, I guess, since that was suddenly abrupt. But anyways, we know that online gaming is by far the most popular thing about gaming right now. But there's a bit of a thing that I'm
Yes.
starting to wonder: is online gaming taking way too much priority in developers?
Yes.
Yes.
Depends.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wait,
For
what do you mean?
most developers,
Where
yes.
did this come from?
For major AAA franchises, definitely.
Well, that definitely sets it straight, I guess.
I don't understand the question.
Is online gaming taking too much priority for developers when they're making games?
Yeah.
I would say that's 60-70% yes.
That's,
Like-
that's a
Like I
subjective.
said, the big mainstream franchises, of course.
Jesus Christ.
Big mainstream franchises, of course. Although, apparently, the new Assassin's Creed is going to be more focused on the single-player campaign.
Yay!
But
Well, considering how
Like-
Unity went.
Well,
stuff
I mean,
like,
it's
you know,
actually just
Call
as
of Duty,
glitchy.
etc., are multiplayer centric, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
And
just...
Rhino, it goes back to sorry, Thunder.
No,
I have to
go ahead,
interrupt you here.
Go ahead, Game Wiz.
Rhino, it goes back to what my argument was earlier, stating do games have actual content? Most gaming companies these days rely heavily on their online because that's what they know most people are going to do.
Yeah.
Whereas the single player campaign is going to tank, which I'm really hoping that more gaming companies go back to their roots, quote unquote, and focus more on single player.
That sucks. But yeah, I was talking when I said
it's-
that sucks. I was talking to the Angel. Anyways, go ahead.
Fucking, I have a thought, but I'm trying to form words into the thought.
I can relate.
What are words?
I don't fucking
Where
know.
you and your big
overrated.
words.
Big words over the road, Kappa.
I mean, multiplayer. It's single player is not like dying in any way. It's just kind of taking a back seat
Yeah.
because there's still a ton like genres of games that are focused on single player experience,
RPGs being the biggest.
especially RPGs. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. It's just kind of what it is. I just like.
It's just people like most people enjoy playing with other people and telling them that they fuck their mom and stuff. You know.
Pretty much.
As sad as that is, I have to agree with you on that.
Well, considering that's like Xbox Live's quote.
Yeah.
Xbox Live, I fucked your mom.
Oh, same can be
Think
said
about
about some Steam games.
Xbox
Not the
Live.
fact
My
that I
dad
fucked
works
your
at
mom, it's
Microsoft.
That I showed everyone I did.
Hmm?
It's that big Microsoft joke advertisement back in 2007.
What? I didn't catch it.
It's not that X. It's because I showed everyone on the internet I did.
Okay.
I have literally no idea what you're just talking about. What?
I don't know that
That's
that's
over my head.
Beep,
And,
beep.
anyways, let's have a little bit more fun with this next question. Now, there's a podcast I watch, not a group one. It's just a single guy called The Solid Monster Sounds Off, and more often than not, he has a top. It's a wrestling podcast, and more often than not, he'll have a something called Buy or Sell, which there'll be like 2 topics, 2 wrestlers, 2 things, and he has to choose what he would buy on one and sell on the other. So I thought, as a little tribute to him, because I saw Monster Sounds Off is fantastic, I'm going to do a buy or sell. And the buy or sell is the PlayStation 2 or the Sega Dreamcast. What do you
Buy
buy
PS2.
and what do you
I
sell?
would buy the PS2.
Yeah.
You cannot deny that 5,000 game library.
As much as I love the Sega Dreamcast, I would have to buy the PS2 and sell the Dreamcast.
This is like,
PS2
yeah, this
has
is no
probably. Sorry, PS2 probably has one of the best exclusive libraries in all
Not-
of gaming.
Not to mention it has some
I would
really
have to agree with you, Ryan, though.
It has some really cool video games on there. My personal favorite are the Shitoku Battle / Kaido Battle series.
Like that wasn't already known.
Hey, Lamel.
Listen, if it's not TXI, you're not interested.
I wouldn't say that. It's
Aw.
just that with the I
I'm
wouldn't.
talking about Zero.
I know. You know what? Never mind. I was.
It's a
It's
joke.
a joke. Calm down.
But does the Dreamcast
LG
have
here.
Gran Turismo?
No.
Yes, it
Dreamcast
does.
has Sega Dream Team. Wow.
Actually, no.
Zero
That is correct. It does, technically.
Because of
Bleem-
Bleemcast.
Bleemcast, yeah.
Yeah.
Bleemcast.
There's also the Sega GT racing games. Which Thunder, have you covered this already?
Sega GT. What, on my channel?
At all?
Not on the podcast, but
Uh,
Sega GT was kind of basically Sega's attempt to
At Gran
make a Gran Turismo. It didn't exactly work out, obviously, but I still like it. I think it gets kind of sent under the radar too much, but so if you're kind of looking for something, I guess that's what you want, Rob. But if you want a proper Gran Turismo, you're going to need to get the Bleemcast disc so you can play Gran Turismo 2 on it, and basically it'll look prettier than it does on your actual PlayStation.
Heresy.
And it runs.
What if I can have a PS2 and run a Dreamcast emulator on it?
That unfortunately is not possible.
I think it might be
concerning the
possible.
PS2 and connect
It's
to the
not
internet.
possible.
Or you just download Dreamcast emulator on your computer. Anyways,
Put it on USB, put it on that shit.
Alright, I think since you guys have already said yours, actually I'm gonna ask each one because I know Bob buys on PS2, Zero buys on PS2, Rhino buys on PS2, Angel
PS2.
buys on PS2, Fur buys on PS2, Gamers probably also buys on PS2,
Yeah, I buy on PS2.
Rob probably buys on PS2.
Rob just like, what the hell's a Sega console?
Yeah, I know, like why would
What's a
anyone?
Sega?
what the fuck is a Sega?
Is this,
Sega!
is this
What the fuck is a Sonic?
Yeah!
Welcome to Sonic Team. We make games, I think.
Star Turbo? What about you?
As much as it pains me to say, 'cause I love the Sonic Adventure games, I have to go with buy a PS2 and sell the Dreamcast.
Garnet, did you
It
say
hurts
one?
because Sonic Adventure.
Seeing I've never actually ever played a Sega before, any sort of Sega game before. Oh crap. I would have to
Never
say sell the Dreamcast because
Yeah, was there ever any competition between the two? Because honestly,
No,
like,
the
why wouldn't you pick
yeah,
a PS2?
Dreamcast,
There's
that was a
literally
matter of
no
problem.
reason not to.
All right.
Pretty sure the
Unfortunately, it
Dreamcast
was also the
already-
PS2 that kind of crushed the Dreamcast on its launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreamcast wasn't doing very
Because
well.
everyone was pissed about not being able to play DVDs.
But I
Alright.
think that was more of a management mistake as to why
Alright.
the Dreamcast wasn't able
Since
to play
I'm the
DVDs
only
off the
one-
start.
Since I'm the only one in here who has not said anything about it, I will say it right now that the Sega Dreamcast is still, to this day, my all-time favorite video game console. That being said, however, I would buy a PlayStation 2 over a Dreamcast. The reason being is because, again, the library for the console is just massive. There's like,
There's a ton of
probably-
high quality,
5,000
amazing
games.
games.
Yeah, there probably really is over 5,000 games for the console. And a lot of them are excellent, excellent titles. Some of the best
Some of the best, yeah.
first party some of the best
Alright.
first party exclusives, some of the best titles for any kind
Gran
of genre.
Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 4, Final Fantasy X.
Grand Theft
Gotcha.
Auto games.
Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter,
Jack and
Sly
Daxter.
Cooper,
Sly Cooper.
Time Splitters. Wait,
God of War.
God of War, yeah.
Guitar
The
Hero.
list
Oh, wait
goes
a minute.
on.
ATV Off-Road Fury.
Yeah, there's just so much possibilities. Plus,
Oh
The
man,
thing,
my
too,
dick
that
is
I
so
would-
hard right now.
there's also there's also one big reason I would choose the PS2 over the Dreamcast. They're
Ace
so
Combat.
PlayStation 2s are so cheap to get nowadays because they're so common. There's like over 150 million of
They
them
didn't
made.
stop manufacturing PS2s until, like, what, 2013?
Yeah, 2013,
Yeah, and they were still developing new games till like what 2012.
2014.
2012, 2013 was
It
the
was
last.
2014 actually.
Ace Combat.
Yeah,
I love Ace Combat.
But yeah,
I think there's a couple
Ridge
EA
Racer.
Sports. I think there's a couple
Ridge
EA,
Racer 5.
2014 EA Sports games on the PS2,
Those don't count because
but still.
It just goes to show you how much longevity the PS2 had.
Hmm.
It's so cheap to make games for.
It's
And-
also relatively cheap to make the hardware for. In fact, at one point, I believe it was around 2010, Sony of Europe was trying to sell these Bravia TVs, I believe, that had PlayStation 2 hardware built into them. So you had a giant flat screen TV that you could plug a PlayStation 2 controller and memory card in and just play games.
I want one.
That is
I want one.
serious.
I want that.
That could have gone international. It should have.
It
I'll look
really
up.
should have.
That's
I would
don't
totally
know
buy
why
one.
that didn't.
I'd
Oh
totally
no,
buy it.
I know why that didn't. Because Bravias are cost a shit ton as it is.
Not all of them do.
Modern ones, yeah, like because they redesigned their entire lineup.
Doesn't, but yeah, but I guess pretty much it's a 10-0 decision. Everyone here would buy PlayStation 2 over Dreamcast. Sorry, Dreamcast, I love you, but
yeah.
You
It's
had
nothing
such a
against the Dreamcast. It's just the PS2 has a
It also
it's
has
a
to
no
do with the fact that
contest over
'cause
the
here's the
the
thing.
Dreamcast had like
library.
a 2-year lifespan to it.
the Dreamcast
Yeah.
had some of the best games ever, without question.
But you
it
could
was
count all
also
those games on like 2 hands.
It was a
Yeah.
very short lifespan, and you know the memory cards were
Like,
not the
you know,
greatest. I mean, they're
a co-
cool as fuck, but
Yeah.
they also didn't carry a lot of space. Piracy was always a big problem because of the Mill CD exploit that hackers found out about, and it was just destined. It was. If there was things like it had DVDs and it had better third-party support, the Dreamcast probably would have lasted longer than it did. But
the
unfortunately,
Dreamcast was shit. The only thing good
No, it
for it
wasn't.
was the internet.
No, it wasn't.
No, the Dreamcast was quite a good console.
The
It just didn't
Dreamcast-
have the support it needed.
Okay.
Rob, you're definitely in the minority when you say the Dreamcast.
Rob, you're
is
absolutely in
bad.
the minority with that. Dreamcast is actually phenomenal.
Dreamcast
Can I-
is
It's a
one of
good
the greatest
console.
consoles. It's my favorite console ever.
Honestly speaking, the whole PS2 versus Dreamcast, which one would you rather get? I just kind of realized something else. Someone pointed out that the Dreamcast games library is actually relatively small. it kind of doesn't help the case that a lot of companies, or at least Sega, has been porting over a lot of their Dreamcast games to modern consoles. There was the Dreamcast collection, there was the re-release of the original Jet Set Radio, or Jet Grind Radio if you're American, that kind of thing. The crazy.
There's the Sonic Adventure ports to the GameCube, and
yes,
later on.
Yeah, well, that was at the end of life of the Dreamcast, where they knew they were going out, so they started bringing their games onto other consoles, in particular Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, which you guys should be aware of. Yeah. And then there's the whole emulation thing, and it's a lot easier to emulate a Dreamcast than it is a PlayStation 2.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a 10-0 decision. I'm sorry, Sega, but you failed.
No disrespect to the Dreamcast, it's just, yeah.
The Dreamcast was actually years ahead of its time when it was initially developed, but the problem was because of upper management and crushed the poor stunt they did with the Sega Saturn, and it just kind of died.
Yeah.
But the Dreamcast is a Xbox though.
No, not quite.
Yeah.
But
it's very similar. In fact, down to one aspect that I was researching one day and I found relatively interesting. I'm assuming you guys should be aware of the whole Windows CE sticker in front of the Dreamcast. It turns out you could develop for the Dreamcast or through a Windows wrapper, which was meant to very quickly port Windows games to the Dreamcast, which I found rather interesting.
Literally made by Microsoft.
Anyways,
yeah.
I don't mean to suddenly cut you off, but I did cut out a question because I was looking back and thinking, it's not really worth having, and because I just didn't think it would be great. But anyways, I may bring it back for episode 3. Who knows? Anyways, but the next question I want to bring up is there's a lot of video game characters, or mascots as some people like to call them, and at this rate we've kind of lost track of just how many there are. But because of that brings up an interesting question. Out of all the video game characters out there, who do you feel are some of the ones that get the most underappreciated?
Jack.
Crash Bandicoot.
Sly.
Ratchet and Clank.
Bubsy Buddy.
Bubsy with a Bobsy.
Rob the Robot, no.
Clearly everyone remembers Blinks the Time Sweeper. Wait, no one? Okay, no one.
The Tasmanian Tiger.
Is that even a good game?
I was gonna say that.
I was gonna say Spyro.
Yeah, definitely Spyro. But what are you asking, Rob, about Blinks, if it was any good?
Yeah, was that a good game?
That was Microsoft's attempt at having a mascot game for the Xbox, and the games, the first one and the second one, were actually reportedly quite good.
I own both of them, and I like both of them. It's just I don't think they were ever gonna compete against some of the other big names.
Honestly, it kind of feels weird. The whole thing about them, that was, like I said, that was their attempt to have a mascot for Microsoft and the Xbox, and it feels really freaking weird that failed, but Halo succeeded.
I don't know. I saw them and I was like, I didn't really see the like it's like having a mascot thing. I saw past that. I just thought, hey, the gameplay looks pretty cool. That looks neat. That's nice.
That's cool. I like that.
So nice.
Froggy.
Oh God!
I started something. I'm sorry.
Moving on.
I come to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
I'm all out of ass. Wait a minute.
I like the game with the turtles.
I have to go find my Kappa.
And okay, so I guess that question was that question was a lot shorter than I was expecting, but that's okay. It happens.
That's okay.
So, does anyone
How many
know,
more questions do we have left to go, Kappa?
There is
Really?
4.
Oh, so before we get to those questions, as a sidetrack to the PlayStation 2 question, not literally the question, but I'm on here on Meme Chan, and somebody just picked up a PS2 for $30.
See,
Nice.
It's cheap.
That is awesome.
I picked up my Dreamcast for like $10.
So.
But anyways, on to the next question. Guys, do you know what next Saturday is?
What is next Saturday?
Halloween!
See? Someone got it.
What the fuck was
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder myself.
So you mean the day that...
Speaking of spooks...
Or, actually, no. It's International Candy Day.
Speaking of spooks...
Give me a fucking candy, man.
What game gives you the most spooks?
Dragon Ball Z Sagas.
I've only played
I don't
one.
really have a
I
game
don't
that
like
scares
spook
me
games.
nowadays because I don't play scary games.
Neither
But-
do I. I'm a wuss.
I have.
I only played one because fucking the hype train, the conspiracies, and all that kind of shit. But what was that one made by Kojima that like got off the PlayStation Store?
Silent Hills.
Hills.
That was the one. Yeah, I played that. That really didn't spook me at first until the fucking fetus baby. Like that right there was like, okay, you know what? Fuck this shit.
PT.
Yeah, PT. That's what it was. He was like,
Holy
fucking
crap, the
fetus
baby's
baby.
deep voice.
Like I thought like killing a baby, whatever, but fetus baby before it's even born, just like undeveloped, fucking like that shit right there was like holy shit, I just lost my pregnancy.
I can
there.
top that, guaranteed.
Yes, baby.
I'm not trying to be a meme with my answer, but
You're a meme.
as a kid, I used to frequent Chuck E. Cheese's a lot, and I kind of thought that the animatronic robots were cool. So then when I
Where are
found
you
out
going with
Five
this?
Nights at Freddy was coming out, I
Uh,
kill myself because of the scariness.
Anyways,
I got over it eventually, but just the beginning of it was like, ugh.
But
The only
seriously,
thing
I
is
can
Considering
top
the
that
era rape that is the
in terms of a
animatronics.
scary game.
anyways,
It was
there
right in my
actually
childhood, and
there
that's
ac-
why it scared me.
there actually is. I do have an answer for this. There's two games, one series-wise and one that was only a single game, that always gives me the most spooks.
Fatal Frame?
Spooky, scary video games.
The first
Oh wait, I
one.
just remember something that's actually really damn scary.
The first one is a series, and if John, aka Lone Wolf's watching this, he probably would easily give me props for saying this. Fatal Frame.
Oh,
That's what I was gonna
God.
say.
That is
Fatal
pretty
Frame
fucking
is the
cheap.
scariest shit I've ever seen.
They
That
are,
reminds
game
me-
that faked a memory card corruption.
No, that was
Speaking of that
Eternal
one,
Darkness.
No, that
That's-
was Eternal Darkness.
that's
No.
That
Eternal-
actually
guys,
reminds me,
guys,
you
guys,
Fatal
guys,
Frame
guys,
was-
guys! I wasn't done.
uh,
As soon as Zero mentioned that, that was the game I was gonna say next. Eternal Darkness.
Thank God, Eternal Darkness. That's another game that actually really scares me.
Like, yeah, like,
I-
as soon as you mentioned that, that was what I was gonna say next anyways, because Eternal Darkness... when you make it was Nintendo's first ever M-rated game, and holy crap.
This
Just
is a
holy
pretty
crap.
good one.
They
Spooky.
when
I've
they,
never
when
heard of it.
when
It's
you,
a bit of a mindfuck.
it's called, like, the whole name is Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. The game pretty much tests your sanity the whole time.
Doesn't it like fuck with your controls and everything?
Yeah, it pretends
And
to
then
shut
they-
off
Is that
your
the game that like changes like your TV settings and shit?
Yeah,
Lowers your volume, all that stuff.
the game
Yeah.
the game that forces you to delete your save.
Mhm.
Just it.
Oh my
played-
goodness.
Save.
Wait,
And
what?
yet it
Well,
doesn't.
it makes it look like it's doing it anyway.
Yeah, it makes it seem as if it's doing that.
But
it doesn't
seriously,
actually
Fatal
do it.
Frame is one of the scariest games I've ever seen.
Anyone else have anything to add to the spooks?
The only
That's
scary
Fatal Frame.
Reno at 7B.
Fatal
Rhino
Frame.
was
Oh,
trying
hey,
to talk.
someone's trying to make a successor to this, to Eternal Darkness.
Rhino was trying to talk.
Right.
I don't talk. Yes, I do.
Happened.
Anyways, the only scary game I remember actually like experiencing was when I was like 10 years old or something, watching my brother play Dino Crisis, aka Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
And I remember this one particular moment in the game where he was just kind of walking down a hallway, and suddenly a T-Rex crashed through the window. I'm pretty sure I threw
Oh my goodness.
It's fucking brutal.
I guess Michael Bay directed that shit.
Yes.
Clearly.
Kappa.
Oh, there was another one. Back on the PS1, there was a game called, I want to say LSD. Like it was
LSD.
literally
Oh
Dream
God,
Simulator.
LSD. LSD is amazing.
LSD
I've
Dream
still never
Simulator.
played that one.
Dream emulator.
Dream Emulator, whatever.
I still play that to this day.
Shit's
I
fucking-
actually
That is-
like that game.
There's
like it's
one
not
game I want-
scary, but it spooks.
Like, it's scary, but it's scarily funny, if you ask me.
So it's like Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
Almost.
I'd say that's a somewhat accurate comparison.
Anyways. And I guess I'm just gonna give it a bit. And okay. Well.
Let's see. Zero at
Hold on,
7B.
hold on.
Uh-oh.
I haven't
About
got to
Fatal
say
Frame.
my answer yet.
What's
I
your
haven't
answer?
said mine.
You said Fatal Frame for Alligator. Garnett, what about you?
I guess probably apart from until I don't even know who it was that brought up Dino Crisis. Probably
Yeah.
I guess the only somewhat spooky game that I had was or played recently was The Last of Us. Not even though that's not really all that scary.
That's more supposed to be. I think that's more of an emotional horror type of thing, where it's designed to
Yeah.
fuck with you and make you depressed and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. A game doesn't necessarily have to be horror to be chilling, though.
No.
There
Because
you
anything
go.
that gives you spooks.
Oh, I have an embarrassing childhood story.
You must tell us.
Oh,
About being
boy.
spooked.
Come on.
Here we go.
All right, so flashback to whenever the GameCube came out, and little Rhino here got his first GameCube, and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Oh, I know where this is going. I'm on this.
But,
I know.
Yep, as soon as I got to Pumpkin Hill, I could not progress further because the ghosts
The
spooked.
ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, I was in
I
the
also
same boat.
couldn't get past Egg Quarters because there was ghosts in that level as well.
I will actually give another embarrassing one that honestly is kind of shared with a lot of people. Two things, and it's kind of that like embarrassing thing, which is why I made fun of it years later by doing G majors of it.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Country. All three games had a game over screen, which could give people spooks.
God.
You spooked
Reminds me
shit.
of the Game Over jingle in the US version of Sonic CD.
You
Just
spooked
the
the shit
evil
out
laughter.
of me with the third one. Just oh my god, that one's absolutely fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that and also
Actually, even more embarrassing.
whenever I used to really hate and was afraid of whenever my PlayStation 2 did not read a disc properly.
Oh, the red screen.
Yeah.
That sound effect is
You're going to
really
hell, kid.
eerie.
Wait,
I
what?
wouldn't.
I was ever so slightly spooked by the PS1 startup screen when I was younger. When I
Oh
was a
yeah, because of the
child.
music.
Uh-huh.
Like, I wouldn't
Oh.
mind the red screen of death so much as a kid if it just was an effect and there was no sound.
Wait, what red screen of death?
It's
I
not.
never heard of it.
It's not technically a death screen. It just gets its name because of the chilling sound effect and the fact that it enters into like a red, like endless void.
Imagine
What?
I did have to admit that background was pretty cool looking.
Are you talking about
Imagine-
the PlayStation 2 when you read a corrupt disc?
Yeah, like when it
I
doesn't
have
read a
never
disc.
heard of this
When
before.
it doesn't read the
I've
disc
heard of
properly.
that before.
Just
I
imagine
remember
if they
like
I'll link
replace
the
the
video.
sound with children's laughter.
Oh god.
oh god.
Oh, what about the
I gotcha.
PS3?
They had that problem whenever I was
trailer?
playing the action replay in there. And then for
Oh.
some reason it said, this disc cannot be read because it's invalid.
Hey guys, you remember when the PS3 came out and they did those cool commercials where it's floating and there's a baby in the room and then you're like in your
Oh
pants?
god.
I remember that.
Those
I
fucking
know.
PS3
And then like
commercials.
the baby was eyes had fire inside of them.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
yeah, they were pretty cool, I guess.
They must have been on drugs when they came up with that.
Yeah, Kevin
Must
Butler.
Must have been playing LSD Dream Emulator. Speaking of which, that game can be found on the Japanese PSN store.
Hey.
Cool.
All right.
Well then,
Well, I guess that really
Actually,
helped.
I actually do have a stupid 2-year-old story. Everybody know, you all know the game Metroid Fusion, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The main doppelganger, the SAX. This is like 5-year-old game with 71 here. Every time I saw the SAX, I always got into like oh god, he's there. And then I bolted in, then the music changed. That was where it was creepy.
I kind of got like a similar feeling when I was a child playing Sandopolis Zone Act 2 in Sonic 3 and Knuckles because of the ghosts.
And
Yeah.
Knuckles.
Like, oh shit, they're gonna come after me. Where's the light switch? Oh god.
And Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
And Kappa.
Anyways, anything else, or am I ready to move on?
There is one other thing. This
Uh-oh.
isn't
And me
a
too.
console game, but I still think the Scary Maze game can go fuck itself.
Oh, I nearly
Oh,
broke
God.
a laptop because of that fucking game.
Fuck that. Anyways,
Yeah.
Bob.
Okay, so maybe it's just because I was a giant pussy when I was a kid, but
Aren't we
so
all?
Donkey Kong 64, the hit. Let's just keep going with that game. I swear to God. So little old me, at like barely 5 or 6, was playing that game, and all of a sudden the camera pans over to King K. Rules Island for the first time, like right when you leave the HUD area. So I'm like, okay, cool. Lightning everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, that place is dark and it's got lightning and it's raining. I can't go over there. No. I'm joking about that. It was like 2 years until I actually grew the balls to go over there.
It's okay. DK64 is still scary nowadays, just because how much of a glitchy, buggy mess it is.
Hey guys, remember the fucking Minecraft?
There's the one
Minecraft
part
level
in
with the skull.
There's that like one part in DK64 actually where you have to get out of a certain section in time, and all you hear is "get out." That is pretty spoopy.
Angry Aztec. Oh my God, that area was creepy.
It's pretty
Remember
spoopy.
Resident Minecart, the fucking mine shaft, and they had the da 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 da, and the fucking skull chasing you.
Yeah. Anyways, so is that
there's
it?
one more.
Nope.
Fuck, I have it. I had it. Where'd it go? Come on.
It went in my asshole.
Shit. No, it was. Oh, it's in fucking first 2 generations of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. When you spend too much time in a floor, and
I know
you
what
get a
you're talking
message saying
about.
like a mysterious presence is watching or whatever.
There's something something seems to be blowing.
Mm-hmm. The wind is getting stronger.
And then it just blows you out of the dungeon.
Yeah, just a mysterious force would whisk you away if you spent too long in the floor. That was a really stressful time.
It's the giant It's the giant blow dryer pulling you away.
Shit.
Anyways, I guess since anything else, are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Oh, my spook out of the way.
All right, we got all the spooks out. Okay, so I'll just make this next one very blunt. The one thing you cannot game without.
Controller.
My dick.
A dick in my hand.
You mean a Wii remote?
Controller.
Controller.
You want to play with my Wii?
Something I can play without though is my pants.
Whoa!
I mean, I was gonna say my headset, but
I just record every single one of my games naked.
That's it.
I was gonna be a
recording
meathead and
about
say
boxings.
electricity.
There's one thing I can play
Battery
with.
power.
I can play without the TV. Wait a minute.
Because Wii U.
I can't play games without Macy.
I can play games without the console.
I can't play games without my Mountain Dew and Doritos.
oh no!
I can't play games without my my mixtapes.
I will say one freaking.
They'll burn you.
Can't play without my Turtle Beach Razor crab.
Was this really a serious question, or are you just wanting us to make memes?
It was supposed to be a serious question, but it resorted to memes, so fail.
Didn't you have a Turtle Beach in the early days of Gran Turismo 4?
Don't
I
remind
think
me.
you did.
I still have
Amy
it.
Lamel.
I think I still
I'm
have.
using a Turtle Beach headset right now to talk to you people.
I think I have a Turtle Beach. I think lying around in my room somewhere still. It probably still works. Funny enough.
I will say though that even before I started doing Let's Plays, I had this incessant habit of talking to myself. Not because I'm like insane or anything. I probably am, but it's just like it helps me keep my thoughts organized because it's very difficult for me to keep my thoughts straight on like a single path. Because eventually I just start thinking of like death metal stuff like that.
Dude, I still talk to myself all the time.
It just helps me keep my thoughts organized.
Next question.
No.
Why are you naked? No.
Because I want to be.
Well, you see.
Because you stripped his clothes off, Thunder.
You seem to have vastly misinterpreted our relationship.
Because I like to jerk off I like to jerk in running shorts for easy cleanup, reduce, reuse, recycle.
Oh my God, we are some demented people.
Yeah,
That's why we're
CR.
That's why people love us. Except no one loves us. It's just
Nobody
loves
loves me.
I'm pretty messed up.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm loved.
No.
Bye.
My thunder. He just doesn't like to express it.
No, Turbo is my new waifu. Go away.
No, fuck you. I don't want to be one.
Hey, what happened to Macy?
No, Macy's not mine. I don't mingle with birds.
Hey Rob, let's go jerk each other off in the
This
corner.
coming from the person
Yeah,
who
sounds good.
used the picture of Daisy as their icon.
Anyways, in all seriousness, the second to last question I have here is, well, there's a lot of accomplishments in games. You know, some people want to get a high score, or some people want to win as many matches online before their friends.
Loads of money.
But
All the YouTube cash.
I've always had two that just mingle in my mind. What's the bigger accomplishment in gaming? Getting 100% completion or completing it in the fastest time possible?
1% completion.
I'm gonna be the oddball out and say speed running it.
It depends on the game.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh,
This
poor
is a
Zero.
very subjective answer for myself, not for anyone's opinion, but for my own opinion. I would be back and forthing my answer so quickly on so many games.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess I could. see
I
what
think I'll
you're
just default and say just getting a platinum trophy in a game I possibly can would be the biggest accomplishment I can do.
Yeah, I guess so.
I am a trophy for.
I have mad respect for people who speedrun games because there's no way I could pull off that kind of shit.
Me neither.
But
Thank you,
I
Rhino.
think it would be. I think reaching completion in a game is the bigger accomplishment for me.
Not blazing through it, but collecting everything. That sound about right?
Yeah, collecting everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Amen.
But then, of course, when it comes to speedrunning things, because there's a category called 100%
100%.
speedruns.
Those people are fucking nuts.
Can I just quickly
Thank
say
you.
that Tool Assistant speedruns are freaking awesome to
Dual
watch?
assisted.
Oh,
Whatever.
Oh,
tasks are fucking amazing.
I know for a fact
They really
that
are cool.
we should
Oh.
dig up that one crazy taxi one that we watched before, just so we can
Oh,
show it to the
God.
viewers here. That was amazing.
Oh my. Oh God! I just realized.
Have you
I have
seen,
I have
the
another
one
question.
For,
Oh, hey, Thunder's got another question.
I was gonna.
What
end with,
is your question?
I was gonna end with one last question, but I got another one now that was brought up.
Ooh.
Even though we were pissing on glitches earlier, sometimes there are glitches that are absolutely hilarious and fun to do. So, in your opinion, what is the funniest video game glitch?
Skate 3.
Donkey Kong 64.
Tony
Entire
Hawk's
game.
Pro Skater 5's
Big Red.
existence.
I'd
thought
say
we
the
did
funniest glitch that I'm able to pull off is passing over the loading zone in Sonic Generations to where you're just walking on air because none of the
There's
textures load
There's
in an
no
area.
solid ground.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
I think mine when I was a kid was actually playing Pokemon Silver and actually figure out the cloning glitch. So at the end, when I was 8 years old, just playing Pokemon Silver with a team of 6 Lugias
Oh,
and just
God.
completely nuking the game. That's hilarious.
Oh,
Fuck, that reminded me of the missing no glitch. I fucking abused the shit out of that when I was a kid.
Same.
I've never had a first gen Pokemon game before, so I've never been able to do it before.
there was a
I
glitch.
mean,
I wouldn't say it was the funniest glitch. There was a glitch though. I would love to do, and the sad thing is, I don't remember the name of the Hot Wheels game it was from. It was a PC one, but you know how
Adventure
obvious.
Time?
No, not that one. You know how there's, obviously cars that are locked and you have to unlock them by progression through the game, right?
Yep.
Well, with one of the games, even if the car was locked, if you pressed enter, the enter key, you would load up and it would choose the car, and you would be driving a locked car.
Nice.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
There's actually a similar bug in Metal Gear Solid 5 when you're messing with the weapon selector or
There
the
is-
weapons modification system. You
there's-
just gotta use the mouse to enter, and it's gorgeous. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
there's also a similar thing too, car-wise, with LA Rush. I think what you do is you highlight a locked car, and then you unplug the controller, and then you plug it back in, and then it'll exit out of the garage, and then you're driving a locked car.
There's a similar glitch, a somewhat similar glitch in Forza Motorsport 2, where you can actually purchase a locked car by scrolling to the car next to it, the unlocked car next to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then scrolling back to the locked car and pressing A to buy it before the game can recognize that the car is locked.
Oh god. Wait,
Yeah.
Forza 4 had locked cars?
No, Forza 2.
Oh, you said Forza 4, I think.
I said 2.
No, you said
my
two.
My bad.
Speaking of that glitch, Rhino, it's like my favorite one to do is actually in Gran Turismo 4, driving Le Mans cars on rally courses.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
787 on
Glorious.
77
CDs.
beyond Shimani.
Oh.
And by the way, I have done that multiple times. It is incredibly fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you done like the 787B on Tahiti Maze?
Yeah, on
Well,
Tahiti Maze,
speaking of
Shimani,
this-
and Ice Arena. I've done it on all the rally tracks.
Is it patched by any chance?
No, it's not patched. You can still do it in arcade mode.
What about normal mode though? So like
I-
simulation
Speaking
mode.
of glitches, and
I've never done it in what's this called? Gran
Garnet
Turismo
Speak?
mode, as I called it in GT4.
Gran
But I know in
Turismo-
arcade
Gran
mode you
Turismo
can do
mode.
it.
Like Garnet speak.
oh, I was just saying that I was kind of stuck in a glitch on the crew right now.
Oh. That does remind me though of like any glitch in any game where you suddenly are sent to the moon is just the funniest thing to me.
Yes.
I.e. brain scratch comms and
Sonic
having
06.
Sonic go to the moon.
Turbo, the whole game's a glitch.
Oh god, that
That's
was great.
Mario Sunshine Super Jump?
Can we just mention Armor 3 before it got patched?
Arma 3's pre-patch. Oh god.
Can I
No,
put out
So
it
good.
wasn't that.
Oh,
It
jeez. Wait,
Arma 3
I think
has.
I might know.
play Arma 3 for a fucking.
I know this isn't a platformer or whatever, but the whole thing with like guys kissing each other in FIFA. Or the deformed
Falcon
guy in
in
like
general.
Battlefield or whatever.
There's like this one
Actually-
glitch I had in a WWE game that unfortunately I was never able to duplicate. You know, you can obviously choose what ring attire you have, and you can choose like to have like, you know, different kind of pants. Well, what ended up happening was at one time I tried to choose a pair and it didn't load, and it just showed no legs at all. So,
Oh my!
Oops.
so I So I saved the wrestler, and once I brought him into the match, he literally had nothing. He was just a floating top.
Wow.
The genius.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
That's amazing, man.
So like, so you know what I did? You know what I made his finisher?
What did you do?
I made his finisher Sweet Chin Music.
God.
Yes.
Thunder,
It was-
you're amazing right about
Smack
now.
you with the power of imagination.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen, and unfortunately, I've never been able to duplicate it. We lost someone.
Who?
Oh,
Wasn't me.
Turbo.
listen, just pointing something out on the whole note of funny glitches. Someone brought up the crew, and someone brought up the moon the moon glitches. Those are hilarious. There's the literal reversal of that in the crew.
Oh yeah, underwater.
Driving underwater. Yes, that was
That's
amazing.
great.
What else is there that's really funny?
I'm
There
so
was
sorry
I
I
recently
never
pulled,
made it to
actually
the
recently
game.
pulled off a glitch I didn't mean to discover in Dragon Ball Z Boost very well, and Let's Playing it right now. I accidentally figured a way to clone Goku, and he just kind of just standing there. I'm like, what? How did I do this?
There was I think there's one a shooting game. I'm trying to remember which one it was. What was it? Oh yeah, it was Ratchet and Clank. The first one. Again, I've never been able to duplicate it. I really wish I could, but unfortunately, I don't even know how I did it. I managed to confuse the game by thinking I had a Rhino, even though I was using.
Oh, hey, Rhino, you're in the game.
Ha ha ha. Even though I'm trying to remember which weapon it was. I think it was the starting weapon, or whatever it was called again. I can't even remember now. Not the bomb glove, not that one though. The first
Glove.
proper one you can buy. Like, I think it was like one of the flamethrowers or something. I can't even remember. I have to play the game again to remember its name. But basically, I already had the rhino. Garnet, I can hear myself through your mic. And so basically, what ended up happening was I already had the rhino, and I think what I must have done was quickly switch so fast that the game couldn't even register. It was able to get the modeling of the other weapon in, but it still acted like it was the rhino. And so basically, it meant I had a lot more ammo. And,
Oh yeah.
and unfortunately, once I exited the galaxy and went to another one, the glitch went away.
Oh.
I
Sounds like
just remembered-
Borderlands 2.
I just remembered
I
a
get-
glitch I actually
glitch.
accidentally did last year. I was playing Sonic 2 as Tails,
Oh, dear.
and I think I was in Chemical Plant Act 2, just tucked in a ball, going off the 10 trillion speed boosters, going really fast.
Mhm.
And at some point, I went so fast that, well, A, the camera couldn't keep up, and B, I reached a point where the physics of the game couldn't keep up, and I ended up stuck in a wall.
Oops.
Oh my!
I think that she's actually pretty common in Sonic 3, funny enough.
Congratulations, you've made Sonic proud.
Yes.
So, anyone else have any funny glitches?
I literally,
Yeah, I have one
I
more.
literally, when I saw that happen, I literally said, "I went too fast."
You're
My
too
Sonic's
fast.
too hard.
What?
Gotta go fast, not this fast!
No, wait.
Let's bleed through the wall.
Wait, Tails, slow down.
Anyways, Game Wiz, you said you had another one?
Yeah, I've got one more. For those that have played Borderlands 2, everyone would know this SMG called the Bane, which when you fire it, it screams like a banshee.
No! I can already see where this is going. Somehow you broke it so that way, even when it's not firing, you can still hear the voice. Is that it?
No.
Oh,
No,
thank
I
God.
was that was so quickly, like multiple times over that. Like I went to a rocket launcher and it was firing, and the Bane sound effects were going.
Oh God, that's just as bad!
Okay, now I know what
I
it
gotta
was.
look this shit
I
up.
know what glitch was pretty funny. I know
The-
everyone's heard about this before, but it's the whole like checking glitch in NHL, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you like
I
the guy
literally know,
just goes through the.
Yeah, like there's the
just
checking
goes
thing
into
where
the
you can just...
grandstands.
There's a checking thing where you just punt the player and it goes off the arena.
Yeah.
That's great.
Jesus Christ, supersonic kick right there, huh?
Basically, there was one instance, I didn't do it, it was some video, I can't remember what it was called anymore. Like, I can't remember anything. Like, you know, players can trip in the game sometimes, like if they run into
Oh
a
my
player.
god, this is a real weapon.
Like, you know, a player trips in, it looks like he trips and he ends up looking like he's doing a spear, and basically, instead of the actual person he's putting the spear motion on, he himself just gets sent to space.
To space.
Anyways, Bob.
Hmm?
You said I thought you had one?
Oh no, I was just saying I actually just looked up the Bane gun from Borderlands 2, and it's fucking amazing.
It's a nightmare. You don't. The game.
Oh, the gun itself is really powerful.
Hang on, did you
Yeah,
say
but
Mortal
it's supposed
Kombat 2?
Yes. No, I said Borderlands 2.
Oh, okay.
The thing with the Bane in Borderlands 2 is that it's extremely powerful, but A, it slows you down when you're holding it out, and B, pulling the trigger activates an ear rape unlike you've never heard before. Which is hence
That
why
does.
everyone dies holding the gun. It's cursed. It's cursed because it's living ear rape. It's that bad.
I'm enjoying
actually,
the review
yeah.
right now.
This
forgot about-
right here. The Bane
This
is
is
one of my
sort of
main
like-
weapons.
Anyways.
You
Anyway.
play the game on mute, right?
Oh no, Bane audio will still go on if you have it on mute.
Oh
And-
God.
Anyways, anyone else have anything, or is that it?
I got
That's
that.
all I got.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
actually, I guess if you count there when I was still playing, oh, what's it called? Dragon Age when during a cutscene the goat was being thrown at a wall and the goat just didn't appear. So it was just throwing nothing at a wall.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, is that Dragon Age or Goat Simulator?
Yes.
Oh, it might be both.
Anyways, so I guess one last question here, and this technically should be like an end. It makes sense for an end question, I guess. Why are you a gamer?
Because I have nothing better to do with my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've got nothing else to do.
I wasn't a gamer by choice. I was born a gamer.
I was mesmerized by it. I don't fucking know.
I was too.
Car.
At the time, it was the only
It's a
thing
fun
I
way.
could do well.
And nowadays, it's a great way to escape my shitty reality.
Yeah, I
Same.
became a gamer because games just to me, they gave me an interest. It's just kind of like some kind of world that you can just do some of the things that you could probably never do in real life, and
Drive cars.
you know just the fact that there's so many possibilities with what games can do. It's great.
Okay, I'm gonna be serious with this then. All right. So I
was
play
serious too.
video games. I'm going to be serious with you right now. All right.
I'm being
So-
serious. What?
And
Cereal right now.
actually, I really like playing video games for two major reasons. One, it really exercises my mind and actually gives me different perspectives on different various things. Regardless, I don't even fucking know about that part, but.
Oh
And then there's the
no.
story. I just love story in video games more than gameplay themselves. Gameplay is like a great fucking plus. Like if I can basically make my own gameplay by role playing in the fucking games using just existing lore, I could fucking play it for hours just fucking dicking around with like little to nothing to do.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
story is the best thing about the game in general.
I mean, gameplay.
I have to slightly disagree because I love a good story in a game because, well, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts idiot, but I am perfectly fine playing a game with great gameplay and a story that sucks ass.
I think pretty much it's how it is. A lot of us. It's just, we all have different reasons we're a gamer, and I guess for some people it's not as easy to say, and but we're all gamers. That's the thing to celebrate. Huzzah!
The thing with video games is that they're a very expansive type of media. Some games are great for the gameplay, some for the story, some for the music. It's a container for so many different kinds of entertainment that it draws people in because they can find that one aspect of most games that they really like, or the whole of a game if they're lucky, and just really, really enjoy themselves. And that's part of what makes video games so freaking awesome.
Are you
In
giving
my
us a
case, I
free
became a
concert?
gamer. What?
Are you giving us a free concert?
Concert.
I like concerts that are free.
I've never been to one before, so I
I
don't
have
Let's go
no-
to the
I have
auditorium.
no idea where this is going anymore, so I'm just gonna be quiet because you guys have freaking derailed me.
Yeah, I'm just saying because you sound like because it's so echoey. I made the joke. He's like, "Are you giving us a free concert?"
I
you know?
love my acoustics.
Yeah, man.
Echo? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
man. Yeah, man.
I use a PlayStation Eye for a microphone, so forgive me.
Oh, there you go. That's the reason.
I mean, it's better than last time. Were you here last time?
I mean, I don't really know.
I mean, I use a Guitar Hero microphone, and that's as ghetto as.
You were here for the
all
first
that.
HGTalk. You wanted me out of the room immediately
Am I the only
because
one
I
here
used
with
myself
professional
as a
audio
microphone.
setup?
Probably. Actually, no, because Rhino has a proper microphone.
What about me?
You have a proper microphone like Bob does.
Fucking Bob spent
Okay.
all of his money on a microphone.
Yeah, I dropped like $150 on a Blue Yeti. Hell yeah.
And Rhino has an Audio-Technica AT2020.
And it's swag.
And I got a cheap $20 headset.
And I just have a microphone that you can put onto any headphones because that's all I can have right now.
No, I just have a Guitar Hero microphone.
And I'm sitting here with a pair of Turtle Beaches.
But of course, like Angel's thing, which is a PlayStation Eye, is very redneck.
Have their own one.
Yeah, but there you go. I guess that's pretty much it. I don't have any other questions. If you guys have anything else you want to add, go ahead.
I eat
wanna say
waffles.
Thank you for your
I
time.
like
Thank you
trains.
for having me. I really love it here. You're kind people. I want to do this again. These were a very, very interesting questions, I would have to say.
Be sure to follow us on DeviantArt and Instagram.
Hang on.
Follow me on Tumblr.
But anyways, so that's all the questions I have. If you ever want us to mention any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you think there's anything else we can touch on in any fashion, let me know. And if you still think I'm gay, let me know.
Faggot.
If you think we're all gay, let us know.
No, please don't.
And next time you can ask your own questions, such as how much dick does Rhino suck on a regular basis?
How big is Batista's dick?
Tweet Fitty.
Yeah.
Why was Batista fumbling like an animal?
Remember, guys, be sure to send this to all of your friends on Bebo. Or Bebo.
What?
Oh, it's on MySpace.
That went over way too many people's heads, Thunder.
I know. It's too no one remembers it.
Remember to rate this 5 stars, subscribe to the right of the video, and
Spam this in your favorite RuneScape server.
Be sure to leave a video response.
Join my Patreon.
What Patreon?
Mine.
Thunder,
Send
you
us free shit.
Remember, we can only count to 4.
Connect to AOL.
got mail.
Listen to the dial-up sound. Oh wait, I already used that joke.
Be sure to add me on Google Plus.
Who uses Google Plus? What's a Google?
Google number.
Google Plus.
Mission failed.
Hey,
Thunder, abort.
Find this?
Oh no.
I've had some interns follow me on some really big web websites, so I don't know.
Remember Twitter. Wait a minute.
Is it Twitter?
That's a legitimate thing, Thunder. That does not make a good joke.
Damn it!
Fucking owned.
Mission failed, Thunder.
Listen, you're a cactus.
I know I am. That's why you love me.
No, fuck you.
Oh,
It's okay. It's okay. I'll ride my ATV with you.
Oh my.
And we just lost a person, I think. It was Angel left because oops, he decided to give up because he was that heartbroken.
Yes.
The memes were too real.
But anyways, guys, as always, thank you for watching. We'll probably hopefully have another one up soon. Don't know when. It'll just be sometime in the future.
Never.
Oh, okay. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. I love you all.
Bye bye.
I miss you.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Kill me, I hate these guys.
We love you too.
Fuck you all. I'm going to get some food.
I'm gonna go look at some furry shit.
You're going to the sex dungeon tonight.
Well then.
Okay, seriously, bye guys.
Later.